Hey guys, I'm Denise.
And I'm Lindsay, and we're Born This Gay.
Welcome. Welcome to our channel. This is our LGBT content for everybody.
Whoop whoop. Yeah. We're here for a safe space for you guys. We're going to share stories with y'all, a couple of experiences here and there. We want to hear y'all's stories as well, so y'all go ahead and submit them. We're going to send we're going to put our email down below, so that's going to be a good way to contact us.
Yeah, and today we're going to tell you our experiences on online dating and 5 tips that's going to help you be a pro on
online dating platforms.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a scary world out there, so.
Yep. So first off, updates.
Updates.
Resolutions. How's it going, man?
So, let's see, job-wise, I did apply for 2 jobs the other day.
Yes.
So I'm going to apply for a liquor store, and then I also applied to be a basketball referee this summer.
Hey.
Yeah, there's a training class that I'll be in a couple weeks here that if I did get in, so it's just limited spots. So I have to, fingers crossed that I was able to reply in enough time to be one of those people who got the spots.
So those 2 things you wanted to do, or are they?
So the liquor store is going to be more of like it's gonna be like my job, I guess. Like I applied full time there.
Okay.
So that'll be just kind of like I'll go in and I can kind of learn trades a little bit. I'll learn a little bit. Like I know a lot about beer and I know a lot about liquor. I don't know much about wine. So I feel like this would be a good platform for me to learn about wine.
Good.
And then as well as like distribution sides of liquor and everything. So
smart.
Yeah, it'll be a nice thing to learn. And then as for the basketball referee, as I played basketball my whole life growing up. So I think I'd like to get back into the that side of things, even if it does mean I will be yelled at by coaches and parents.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be hated.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Karma's a thing.
It's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. I was a good player when I played.
Okay. Were you a good spectator?
No.
Okay.
No. I go watch my sister play in her college games now, and I spend a solid 95% of the time telling the refs the calls that they should be making.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the ones that they have been. So
we'll see if there's the calls that she should be making, right?
I'm gonna call it fair. Don't worry. I'm gonna call it fair.
I'm gonna need a picture of you and your stripes.
My little stripes. Yeah. I'm got it. You can come see a game if you want. So you see me huffing and puffing coming up the court.
I'll take it. Well, actually, no. That brings us back to our second resolution.
Number 2.
Gym. Yes. I got her back, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
We are back. I'm
excited.
Yeah.
We're knocking off times on our runs as well. So how's your half mile time and your mile time coming along?
Good. Yeah, I beat. I believe. I want to say it was my mile and a half is the time that I beat.
Nice. Okay.
But I'm able to now run longer, which just now the time should start just knocking down, just shaving off. So yeah, I was able to actually run 3/4 of a mile, I think, or close to 3/4 of a mile without stopping.
Hey,
so that's good.
Hey,
so,
I know. I'll be like running, and I can run like a half mile. After I hit a half mile, I need to walk for a second. I'll hit my half mile, look over, and Denise's.
Hey.
I'm like, okay,
go
get you some. Yeah.
It was a good week. And I also feel, guys, we feel strong, even though this is like coming back after, a couple
we were
weeks off.
For a solid 2 weeks.
I definitely, I noticed the machines were easier.
Yeah. I thought, I was like, I know we were building muscle before, so I figured that we were going to go up in weight, but then taking 2 weeks off, I thought we were going to lose that.
No, we still got it. I liked it.
Yeah. So next time we go, we're going to up those weights a little bit. I'm excited. I'm ready to be sore again.
So yeah, that was so that's our resolutions. And I believe meal prep. Yeah, the job is what contributes
we
to
got
that,
wedding.
So
wedding.
Wedding's good. Yeah.
Was.
So the 3 things that we've been still working on is the food, the flowers, and the cake. Luckily, with the food, we wanted to incorporate the restaurant that we both met at, which was a Fuzzy's Taco Shop, right?
Oh, that's cute.
And we'd been stressing about it because, unfortunately, the closest one is 2 hours away from the venue. So it was a whole process and getting it ordered, grabbing it, picking it up, figuring out how to store it.
Reheat
luckily,
it, all that.
In Sam's bridesmaids is our old... the couple that's responsible for getting us the Fuzzies jobs, both of us, they're in our parties or in our wedding in some form or fashion. So they basically took it on themselves, and they're like, "Hey, we can figure this out for you guys. If anything, we can make it on site. We know the recipes. We know everything. Right. You have labor. You have people who would chip in." And I'm like, I do. And
you do.
So,
yeah, you do. That's amazing.
We'll be able to get fresh homemade Fuzzy's Taco Shop. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that in public, but yeah.
So they're fresh homemade.
It,
that's nice.
Closest thing to it, right?
Right. I mean, that's amazing. All the people out there that you guys have that love and appreciate y'all. They're just willing to. Put in the time and effort to show that we love you guys. So that's really awesome. And really you guys are amazing people. So it doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Thanks.
That is awesome.
I'm excited. 3 months away. So we're almost there, guys. 11 weeks.
Whew.
We got 11 weeks.
You've been counting, huh? Do you have the calendar and you're kind of marking off the weeks?
Kind of. In my head, I know that it's less than 3 months. So yeah, we're counting now.
Yeah.
Wow. We're at that time.
Oof.
But yeah, so anyway, back to online dating, guys. So today we're going to help you out with if you're just now starting out and getting on the online dating platform, or maybe you've been doing it for a while
haven't had
and
much luck.
You're just still kind of striking out. We're going to, actually, let's start with our experiences. How has it been for you?
So let's see. In my lifetime, since I've been out, I've had a total of 3 girlfriends. 2 of them I have met online.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of my time on the online dating side of things. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe I was just a little bit nervous to meet somebody in person.
It's hard to go out by yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to meet somebody online. So my experiences were mostly subtle, average for the most part. I will say the worst experience, the worst experience I had would have been pretty sure I got catfished.
Oh, okay.
It's to this day it's still not confirmed. This was like 4 years ago that this happened, and to this day I still have not been able to confirm if she was catfishing me or not. But it is still it's heavily implied.
So you're still in contact with her in some way.
I guess I never deleted her off my Snapchat.
Okay, yeah. So
So like we matched on this site, and we started talking, eventually exchanged numbers, and we got Snapchats, and like none of the conversations, not her profile, anything led me to believe that she was going to be a catfish. I saw no red flags in that sense up until I got her contact information. And that was when we would Snapchat. There was no pictures of her face. I never saw a picture of her face other than the ones that were on her profile, or pictures that she sent me, like screenshots of pictures. So I would always get a picture of something in front of her, or maybe even just a text. If we FaceTimed, it was always in the middle of the night. So the lights were off and she was in bed, so she didn't want to turn the lights on. And it was just there's excuse. I'm not feeling pretty today. I'm a little insecure. So I was trying to be understanding, but then after a month and a half, 2 months, I was like, I still have yet to see your face. Like, that's a little, like, your voice, like, I can tell your voice sounds good. Like, I can tell you're a female. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But I need to see, like, are you, maybe, like, your age doesn't line up with what you said it was, or maybe your weight doesn't match up with that.
Lindsay was getting catfished.
I was getting catfished. I was trying so hard to believe it. So I eventually cut it off. And, like, 4 years later, I still have her on my Snapchat. And watching all of her stories, like, I have yet to see her face still.
Damn.
Still, yeah.
Okay, so either she's really insecure as far as there's something that she just doesn't want to show the world, or B maybe she's there's something that she's not telling you.
Not to the full truth, right?
Yep. That's what
blows my mind. Yeah. So I think that was probably the worst, or the closest call I had to like a really, really bad experience in online dating. Otherwise, I was always very aware of the cautions of online dating. So I just, I didn't go on profiles that I thought looked suspicious, where you only had 1 or 2 pictures, or maybe the pictures looked a little hazy. They looked like they were pulled from somewhere else. Like, I just didn't bother with any of that. If I started messaging you and I just got bad vibes from it or bad feelings, I just pushed it off immediately. I had no problem with cutting people off in online dating because I had no connection to you.
Okay, so as far as the different platforms, you have your Tinder, your Hinge, your
right.
All that. I guess, which one was your favorite and why?
I think the one I spent the most time on was her, but I think it was just because I was a little bit younger and I was just kind of looking for. I was heartbroken. I was looking for someone to compliment me.
Oh,
so yeah,
cute.
I was looking to get some attention.
Okay.
The one that I had the best experience with, even though I spent the least amount of time on, was Hinge.
Okay.
I thought the way that they developed that app, the way that they have preferences set up, the way that you can set up your profile, I really enjoyed the way that they made that app.
Was it like an in-depth profile,
Yeah, so you could put in like 5 or so pictures, right?
Okay.
And then on those pictures, you had the option to add in preset captions. Like, they had a whole list. Like, you could scroll through all these different captions that you could put in. Like, you couldn't type in your own caption, but you could put one of the preset ones on there. And then you could also have the option to put questions on your profile, where Hinge had like a list of questions that you could put on your profile. Like, one of them was your biggest goal in life. Okay. And then you would answer that, and that would be on your profile. Okay. Yeah. Okay, or comment on my profile if ... and then you fill in the blank. And so that was a way for people to with yeah. So I could see, like, you compare it to like your OkCupid, where like you take the tests, but this was like you picked the question and you answered it. So different profiles had different questions on them. It was all depending on what question you wanted on your profile.
Okay, I like that.
So it was very personable. It was and it just felt a little bit easier. Like, I know with Tinder, like, you're able to go in on your preferences on Tinder and select, like, looking for a female. Yep. Mm-hmm. On Hinge and then on Tinder, it would still bring up people, like, anyone who's looking for a female would be in your little pool. Okay, yeah. On Hinge, you could select women looking for women, men looking for men. Like, there was specific presets that you could select to be in just this group of, got it. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, just this group of people that you would see on your app. Yeah, so I think Hinge was the one that I definitely had the
best experience. I mean, that's how you met Issa.
Yeah, so that is. What they call it as the app that's meant to be deleted. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and it sure was deleted. It sure was. Okay. Yeah, so that is where I met my current girlfriend. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. Okay. But I think for me personally, that was the best experience I had on a dating app.
Okay. Yeah. See, my experiences were a little bit okay, so my worst one was definitely getting catfished as well, but a different way. I have never verified, just like Lindsay, that I got catfished for sure.
Okay, let's hear it.
But I'm pretty sure that she was lying about her age. So it wasn't like one of those, the body didn't match the face thing, right, or it was different gender or whatever. But it was more of I'm pretty sure she was younger than what she was saying.
And we're saying younger, like she lied about her age. Like, what age was she lying about?
I'm pretty sure she put 18 on her profile.
So she was lying about being of age.
I think so. Ooh, I'm not sure. Yeah. Still, but it was you got
red flags. Yeah, just popping up everywhere. Yeah, what was the big indicators that you thought that she was lying about her age?
She had me pick her up because she didn't have a car. Right. Okay. So red flag
it's
one.
A little bit.
No, you're right. You're right.
So younger age.
Yeah, right? Younger age. She also had apparently lost her ID, right? So we couldn't go to a bar, which was the original plan. Okay. Was to go to a bar, but she lost her ID that day.
That day, I'm a little suspicious.
Right. So I was like, okay, let's go to, park. Well, I'll grab a couple drinks. We can go have a picnic in the park. But she didn't know what she liked to drink either.
Couldn't even list off anything. Like, she had never tried anything before.
Yeah. And then also there were certain mannerisms, or there were certain things where you could tell, like, high school may still be in her life. Okay. Right? Okay. Like, a lot of things as far as the conversation we're pointing to, she had to be in class on Monday or whatever it was.
And it wasn't just like, college class.
No,
it was like
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So okay. I don't know, guys. I may have gone. We didn't do anything, thank God. But I may have gone on a date with someone who was under the age of 18. Ooh, which is not something that you want.
Not at all.
Not at all. Kids out there, don't get on this site until you're of age.
Yeah, that's not cool. You're messing with someone, like, they can go to jail if something happens.
Yeah. Well, God forbid. I mean, it was a one-night stand, and I would have been in jail if the mother
and you would have a record.
Exactly.
Like, forever, you would have a record. Yeah.
And so, I don't. Maybe now I can empathize with those guys that are like, oh, I didn't know, because I honestly didn't know. Yeah.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, man. But maybe I'm still not verified. I still have no idea. I wasn't feeling her in the first place, so we didn't continue on with the second date anyway. But don't catfish people, guys. Just be who you are, right? That's the big point. They're gonna find out anyway. So
that is true. There's no point in lying when you're dating somebody, because if you want it to go further, you're gonna end up telling them the truth. They're gonna end up finding out the truth. You got to be honest with who you are, so it can go somewhere.
Hell yeah. Authenticity is important.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's our experience. My good experiences, though, I will say they were few because a lot of the girls I met online were pretty crazy. Yeah.
There's just such a wide group of people online, so you meet every single one of them.
In all fairness to all these dating websites, when I first started, guys, it was new. Online dating was actually we had graduated from the AIM chat rooms where you're in a big pool of a whole bunch of usernames, and then, you basically... Oh, God. You basically type in, I believe it was your age, your sex, and your location, like your city.
Right.
Right? And that way, if anybody else was of, liked that gender,
same
liked
age,
that age,
right.
and was in the area, then you guys would start chatting, right? In a different
in your own little private
type.
Little.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow.
This is how people get kidnapped.
But right. That's exactly. I've heard so many horror stories about those chat rooms.
Oh, man. But anyway, so dating apps had become a thing because we were graduating from the MySpace and we were going into Facebook was becoming like the big thing. And so it was mostly dating websites, but then the apps started, when I was graduating high school, that's when smartphones had just came out. Like they had just gotten the first iPhone. You be nice.
That's amazing.
Anyway, so yeah, apps were a thing. And the first ones were Plenty of Fish. So POF for a lot of you who I think it's still around.
It is still. Yeah. You don't necessarily hear the whole Plenty of Fish, but you hear POF.
Okay, yeah. POF, OkCupid was a huge thing, as at least for us in the lesbian community. Match.com had just come out and Tinder was brand new. Oof. So yeah, it was actually at the end of my dating a little bit before Sam, where Tinder had just started coming out, and it was exciting because before it was like the MySpace style where you had your profile and you're building a wall and you basically put your bio with all your pictures. And
it was like a social media platform.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost identical. And Tinder was the first one where it was just an app where you just have faces and you just swipe. Which I understand why we don't like it now. But back then it was exciting. You mean if I swipe, they'll match with me and the software will match us together?
That's
and
it.
All
That's
it's
it.
So simple.
Yeah.
So simple. Yeah. However, I started realizing that Tinder is mostly for just hookups. Yeah. You want a one-night stand? All right, let's get on Tinder.
Yeah. I will say I do know a couple people have made pretty significant relationships out of people that they've met on Tinder.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
And
really
it kind of blows my mind when I ask someone how they meet. They're like, oh, Tinder. I'm like, oh, Tinder.
It worked.
Hey,
it worked.
Wow.
Actually, now that I think about it, most of my, well, no, not most, at least 50% of my friend circle met their significant other, their wife, on some type of online dating platform.
Well, I think it takes away a lot of the anxiety of it's just a question, like walking up to someone and finding out that they're straight.
True.
It takes away all of that anxiety.
True.
So I think it's a lot easier.
Or taken. I mean, anyway.
Yeah, just any kind of in-face rejection is a lot. So I could see how, especially in the LGBT community, would online dating would be a lot easier of a choice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what I went with personally. Mm-hmm. So, and I was under 21, so it was not like I could go out to bars and hit on girls there. So I just felt like the online dating was just an easier way to do it.
Yeah, that's true. I do forget about you do have to be 21 or up in order to go to it. Typically a gay bar. And,
right, because they card at the door. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some bars will let you in at 18, but it's
usually a special night. Yeah, or it's or you have. Or you can't
get in after certain hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the other ones.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I remember when I first found out that a Boomer Jacks had a 21 and up after a certain hour. I had no idea. The one in Arlington, at least, yeah, on Friday and Saturday nights after
21 and up.
After a certain time, it's 21.
Smart.
And up.
I mean, for someone in the service industry now, I hated it back then, but now as a bartender, you're happy.
Man, if I worked somewhere where they ID'd at the door,
I would.
Takes away half the stress there. Now I just got to make sure that they can walk out of here coherently. Yeah. That's it. That's my only job after that.
True. Fun fact, guys, here in Texas, I'm sure other states too, but definitely here in Texas, if someone leaves our bar and they're drunk and they get in a accident and they cause damage or kill someone,
guess whose fault it is?
It's our fault.
We will go to jail. We will get fined. We will no longer be able to serve alcohol.
If we overserve you, or if you just decide to order way too much from different bartenders, then for some reason we're going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, drives me insane.
It's so much anxiety around it because I'm just trying to make money. I'm just doing my job.
Me too. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. And it was their choice to come here. It was their choice to drink that much. Like,
I digress. All right, tangents.
You can tell we're bartenders.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah. So that being said, I say it is a little bit easier for me personally to be online dating wise. So we're gonna give you guys a couple of tips for how to set up your own profile and then to eventually meet these people in real life and then to also be safe about it.
Guys. So tip number one. Your bio is important.
Yes,
so spend some time on your actual online profile. So what would be the best successful things that worked for you?
I would say if we're going for making your profile, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your profile picture.
Yes.
That is huge. A solid picture.
The first one.
The first one that they see before they even go into your profile. This is what they'll see when they're swiping.
Yep.
It needs to be more of in a selfie format. Definitely don't have other people in your profile picture, guys. You can put other people in maybe your pictures down below, lower down on your profile.
Yeah.
But your first picture needs to be a face profile.
No, we don't want to see a picture of you and your mom.
No,
we don't want to see a picture of you and your ex. That's a big no.
You've seen that?
Oh, yes. I have, of course. We also don't want to see a picture of you and all your friends too. I mean, that's okay.
Like if you want to throw one down at the bottom, friends, but I need to know who I'm talking to.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
So profile picture, I definitely recommend selfie. Face, I would say probably chest up. We want just a solid face picture for profile. After that, I would include into your profile. I would include full body shots. Maybe get your style in there, a little bit of personality. And then if you guys, like one picture in there, I would recommend putting in maybe friends or an interest. Maybe if you like to camp, show a picture of you camping. If you play a sport, throw a picture of you playing that sport in there. Like there are people out there who want to know your life. Yeah. And this is a real simple way for you to show them what your life looks like in a glance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, your 3 or 4 or 5 pictures, depending on what the website is. I mean, it's basically you doing a online dating resume, but through photos, through like Instagram. So you want those pictures to represent you. And for that first photo, I mean, guys, make sure you're feeling great when you're taking that selfie. Yes. Make sure that you dress up.
Look pretty, feel pretty.
Out. Yeah, exactly. Smile, be happy. If you want to do the smoldering thing, do the smoldering thing. But whatever. Like, make sure that you're feeling confident. That's
right. That's it. Confidence. Yeah, confidence is sexy.
Yeah,
it sure is, and it will attract a lot of people if you're confident. So, for your profile, dress up as if you are gonna go out, or even if you do go out, snap a couple of pictures, and those are good pictures to put on your profile. Yeah. Happy pictures, pictures that show personality, all these things. Yeah. Show who you are at a glance just through 5 pictures. If someone were to ask about your life. Yep. Put 5 pictures up there.
Exactly. Yeah. Interests. I mean, if other people really, really matter to you, then your friends later down on your profile. Yes, your friends are fine. Yeah. If you have a niece or you have, your son.
You're a dog mom. All these things.
Your pet. Yeah. So these are things that people, because the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to see your photo and they're going to swipe through their photos before they even read your profile.
Right. They're going to look at pictures first and then they'll read what you have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I would do. Yeah. So with that being said, your second thing would be the bio. I mean, that would be as far as how to set up a profile.
Yeah. As for setting up your profile.
Yeah, so spend some time on that biography, on your first little tags. Because I've seen the mistake of people, writing basically a huge paragraph about themselves that I'm not going to read.
Right.
Or I've also seen the opposite where they just put a smiley face and I'm like, okay, I have no idea who you are.
No idea, yeah. Yeah, put in just a little bit about your life. Like I mentioned with Hinge, they have personal questions that you can choose from. But I know other apps and profiles have different you can just have a box and you can type in whatever you want to type in. Just do a small little 2-3 sentences. I don't need a whole story. I just need a little sum up of some hobbies. Yeah. Maybe your career interests.
Yeah. What do you like to do?
Yeah. Just and then go from there. Like, yeah, just like a short little summary of who you are. It doesn't need to be anything
and
long.
what you want out of this as well. In your summary, especially here in the gay community, the big thing that I would put is that you are looking for women. I am gay. I want the same. Yes. I am lesbian. I want the same. I'm bisexual and I don't care.
So that will deter 90% of unwanted attraction. There are still the 10% that will still like, I can change that.
I can flip her.
Yeah, it's easy. No idea. Yeah, she just hasn't had the right man.
Oh, it drives me insane that we still and that seems to be something that's only in the lesbian community, in the girl community, where we get suitors who are not of. I mean, lesbian just says you just want women, but we get suitors who are of the males, which is very unfortunate because it's not this. It doesn't switch. Like you can't do the vice versa. You don't see women going on after gay men's sites on Grindr and being like, "Oh no, I'm sure this."
You just haven't had the right woman. Let me cook you something. Like I'll treat you right.
It doesn't reverse. See that. It doesn't so guys, stay away.
We don't do it to you.
We don't do it to you. Profile. Profile step
definitely
one.
So important. Put time and effort into that profile.
Yes, guys. So that's a big thing. That's again your resume, your dating resume to the females in your life. Step two
would be attracting people after that profile.
Yeah. So you've matched, right?
You've matched with somebody.
Stuff. Now it's time
for
the
message time.
Yep.
What do you say?
Pickup line.
What do you say? Step 2 would be.
So did you have how did you structure your pickup line?
So what I tend to go with was there was a couple times I would throw in a real cheesy pickup line. Like what was the one?
Oh God.
Are you French because I fall for you?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Or you send a little lime emoji and you say, "This is my pickup lime."
Okay, that's cute.
So a little bit of cheesy ones here and there. Okay. But my main go-to was to throw in a compliment. And I'm not just saying "Oh, wow, you're really pretty. Oh, you're beautiful." No, they hear that from everybody on these sites. You need to tell them something that they haven't heard before. Like, "Oh my gosh, you took my breath away. Your smile is stunning." Throw in these big literary words, guys. Show them that you know how to read. I know. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's usually what I went through is I would throw in a very heartfelt compliment. But that being said, I'm also a very honest person. So if I didn't actually feel that way about you, I wasn't going to say it.
Okay.
So if I did think you were stunning, I would tell you were stunning. So I was very honest about that.
Cute. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would usually throw in a quick compliment. And it would depend if I was super interested in the girl or not. Like if I was desperately wanting to talk to this person, I would throw in the compliment as well as a question, a conversation
Smart.
starter.
So get the conversation
Or if I just was in a day where I just kind of wanted to message as many people as I possibly could, I would just compliment and see who would reply. That was it.
Okay,
yeah,
understood.
So it depends if I was super interested in getting to know this person just from their profile, or if I was if she bites, we'll see where it goes. It was just depending on if I really liked your profile, and that's what it brings us back to step 1. If you have a good profile, you're gonna attract attention.
That's true, guys. So. Yeah, that's a big. You'll either attract it with your picture, or you'll attract it with your words. Either way, that's your profile is number 1.
Yeah.
As far as me, see, I did you're much more romantic than me. I did the frat boy style. Of,
let's hear frat boy Denise lines.
I like to optimize my time.
Wait. Right? Whenever you say these frat boy lines, I need to hear your frat boy voice as well.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Let's see.
I don't know if they were lines. I just I was smart like you guys. The compliment thing, that's a good strategy. You compliment them. But I would just write one nice, good message that was 2 or 3 sentences long, right?
Okay.
I stopped at your profile and it really attracted me, or it caught my attention. And then the next one would be you're something generic. Your smile is amazing. Hoping that they all had a smile in their profile, and then
fingers crossed.
And then some type of really engaging question that anyone could answer. Like if we were to go to another country just to have dinner, what country, what entree, and why,
right?
Type thing. So that way they have something that would cause them to think.
Say, but you're also using a little bit of like psychology when you ask that question, because you're like, if we were, or if I were to take you somewhere, like, because you're including yourself in that thought. So that's another. I mean, that's another way to look at it versus just like if you were to go anywhere. Versus if I were to take you somewhere.
Look at me go, guys. Look at me
go.
You
didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it. But yeah, so I would just write that generic message and then copy and paste it to every single person I matched with.
It's good. It's good. Just hope that none of them are friends with each other.
True. Quantity over quality at the time. I was just trying to meet people.
Right.
But no, I am with Lindsay. If it was someone who I was really interested in, I really, really wanted to get to know, or I really like their profile. And this is the thing, those little messages or the things that you write about yourself. If I'm into it, if you say something like, would have been something that would have just caught me I'm really into going to the museums, and I tend to be a little shy. That would immediately caught me.
Right.
That's like Denise Trapp right there.
Right there.
Right? Yeah, immediate. So I would have been, I would have tailored it to you.
Right.
That message. What museums do you like? What kind of...
like for example, for Issa's profile, whenever I first saw her profile, in her profile it had a picture of she had multiple pictures of her next to nature, like rocks or mountains, like they were like camping pictures or trip pictures, that automatically sparked my interest. And then one of her questions in there was, what's a dream of yours? And it was like to rent or to turn a van into a mini home and travel the US. So like that instant. There's an option on Hinge where you can immediately message them without having to match first.
Okay.
So I used that option and I immediately messaged her and I commented directly on that, and I was like, wow, like, that's so awesome. One of my biggest dreams ever is to travel.
Okay.
I would love to just go around, what are your interests in, like, camping wise? And then so she answered that, and then I went through just a conversation, and I even pulled the whole asked for like the application. I was like, hey, I'm looking for a camping buddy. Would you be interested in filling out an application? And just one thing led to another, and then almost a year later, here we are.
The application was smart.
That
was good.
Yeah, so now I'm just asking a different question. It's funny, one of the questions I asked her was, because this is something that we came across in our camping trip, was I said, would you ever be willing to shit in a bucket?
I will say that was risky of Ms. Lindsay. That was extremely risky.
I had to know because that was the most recent camping trip I had been on, and I loved the just being nowhere and having no one to see or no one to talk to. Like, we were a solid 30 minutes away from any other campsite. Like, we were in the middle of nowhere, and I absolutely loved that. So I want a girl who would love that with me. But we also didn't have any bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
So I need my girlfriend to be okay with not having an actual toilet to use.
True.
Yeah. So
True. I was actually very surprised that my fiance, Sam, who's usually a princess, was down for it. So yeah. Babe, you made me fall in love with you again that day.
Amazing. That's so amazing.
Yeah, that was an experience, guys. If you ever want to shit in a bucket, I promise it'll change your life.
So yeah, you appreciate toilets no extent.
Oh man,
even those little porta potties, man, you'll be begging for one.
Yeah, I am a privileged American, so
I will say the views though.
Yeah.
The views were nice.
Yeah, that's really nice, guys. You get to be outside in the doors. You don't smell anything.
That's true.
It's a nice
stare at a mountain while you're taking a dump.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
All right, another tangent. Sorry, guys.
All right, so now let's hit step 3. So after we hit the pickup lines, you had the first initial, maybe text back and forth. Number 3, how do you keep the conversation going?
Conversation going. Yeah. So this is where like Lindsay was saying, the questions come in. So definitely I would start asking her, this is someone that you potentially want to meet. So you definitely want to get to know them a little bit more.
Right.
So the questions, keep them engaged. The worst thing that happens every single time, and it happens no matter what, is you find the people who are just on there to be bored, right? And they're just, and so you get the conversations that are more like, hey, how's it going? It's going great.
What'd you do today?
I went to work. what are you doing now? I'm eating.
Yeah. Oh, what are you eating?
Oh, it's spaghetti.
Yum.
Yeah.
Good
Going
night.
to bed. Yeah.
Next day, repeat.
Yeah.
That is so awful. It is
Horrible.
it's
So
such
cringy.
pointless conversation. You're just wasting the data on your phone.
Yes.
It's pointless. No.
Yeah. No.
I will say one of the biggest struggles in online dating is keeping the conversation going.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because like you get the first initial pickup line. Maybe your pickup line was good, so where like, you know, they laughed or they reacted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ask a question and then they ghost you.
Yeah. Yeah, or the conversation's really dry. They one word you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Yeah. So like one of the biggest struggles in online dating is keeping the conversation up and going. And one of my ways to do that was I would just Google top conversation starters.
Smart.
Yeah. Super easy.
Pro tip.
Super easy. You can Google anything,
Beautiful.
and it will help you out. So yeah, I just top conversation starters, and I 100 best conversation starters, 75 top best conversation starters, like just all these different things, and it was just questions. Or one of my favorites was you play the question game where I ask you a question, you answer, and then you ask me a question and I answer, and you just flip back and forth.
Okay.
So that
I
way
like that.
they get an opportunity to talk about themselves
Did you
well as
tell them that they were going to be in this question game. Like,
yeah, I
like,
asked them, hey, do you want to play the question
I like
game?
that.
Yeah, you have to, because you have to let them know
Good.
that you have to ask a question in return.
I like it.
And that also keeps you from the one word answers, like what's your favorite color? Purple. And then where do you go from
that's
there?
it, yeah.
That's it. No, now they have to ask a question as well. Like that's the game.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
so you're keeping them engaged, guys. You're making them want to know more about you as well. So definitely either ask the right questions or do it. I like the game thing or a scenario. One thing that did work for me, and she ended up being a friend, actually a pretty decent friend of mine, is I asked her what would be her plan if we had a zombie apocalypse. And the reason I asked her that is because she said in her profile that she liked zombie movies and shows.
Right. Okay.
Right?
So that's good.
Like,
you pick something from their profile and you ask about it. That's a great way to engage
exactly.
them. Yeah.
Exactly. So it wasn't
That's
a yes
good
or
advice.
no question. It wasn't a question where she could just answer me
one word.
She couldn't just say them all, because I mean that's kind of, I guess you could, but it's a question that has her where she has to think about it,
right, and
respond with an actual scenario.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely keep them engaged. Tip 3, I like that.
Yeah. And along with this tip 3, guys, don't be afraid to ask questions either. When you're just in this little conversation window on the app, or even right after you guys exchange numbers, don't be afraid to ask the questions like, what are your career goals?
Yeah, those are important.
What's another one? What are you looking for relationship-wise?
Are you out of the closet?
Oof, yeah. Are you out of the closet? Family questions maybe.
Yeah.
Are
like you allergic?
Future family. Are
you allergic to pets?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and if these people think that these conversations are a little bit too deep for right off the bat, I mean, that's okay. It's their loss. They're not the right person for you.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, you deserve to get to know somebody fully before you invest time into them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Same thing with so we said keeping them engaged is a good thing, but I also agree with the engagement doesn't have to be also over text. You can call the person.
That is very true.
You can FaceTime. Like, there's ways to get to know someone on a different level that's not just the back and forth
over the screens.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So then after you have talked for a while and you're feeling a little bit comfortable,
that's right,
then comes step number 4. You gotta meet.
Yeah,
it can't stay online forever. It can't stay over text forever. So definitely you guys gotta meet eventually. And I mean, it's just as simple as you want to go grab lunch sometime.
Yeah. For just a simple tip, unless you're traveling far. I do remember you telling me that you went about an hour away for a date.
That is true.
So you made the date longer, which makes sense. But if she's
worth it.
If she's within the area, guys, I mean, I recommend doing the date, making it a small time window type thing, because you're just meeting them for the first time, so you want to make sure maybe go out for coffee, go out for a quick drink.
I would say definitely like a lunch or a happy hour. I would maybe save dinner for maybe second meeting. Just a quick little afternoon meetup if you guys have the time on the weekend or something like that. Would be my recommendation for a first meeting.
Yeah, and then what I would do is
is what I'm thinking. If you're not feeling it,
I would actually design my easy out. I would make it to where I would plan something afterwards. So it would work for me 2 different types of ways. I would plan something afterwards. I would give myself like a 2-3 hour window, plan something right after. So that way, if the date's not going well, I have this beautiful, I have to be here.
Right.
So I got to go. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'd hate to cut this short, but I have to. And it was true, right?
Because I did have something to go to. Yeah. And maybe the time gap may be a little bit off.
Yeah. But either way. And then 2, it would give me kind of a gauge to if I was enjoying the date. Typically, I would start running late to whatever it was going. And I was like, oh, I really enjoyed.
And then you don't mind that you're running late because you're actually enjoying it. So you come to different realizations.
But this is someone I want a second date with.
I don't mind
having a good time.
Missing time with friends, being with this person. Yeah.
Yep. And then
that's
obviously
good advice right there.
It sets you up for a second date because you're like, okay, I really got to see you again.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I have to go. However, I'd love to do this again.
Yep. Yeah. So definitely the meetup is really important. And for those of you ladies who are hesitant about the meetup, I understand, because getting online for the first time, it is scary. Meeting someone new, I'll give that to you. But just throwing this out there, in my experience, after I was on the dating websites for about a year or 2, if you didn't want to meet me in the first week, I wasn't going to respond to you anymore. I was ghosting you. Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah,
and like in my experience, if you spend more than a week on the site just talking, you're never gonna meet up.
Yeah.
You're going to get comfortable just talking, and then eventually the conversation's going to die off.
Yeah, guys, my time is worth a lot, in my opinion. So I don't want to sit there and get to know you and start like you. Yeah, exactly. For 2 months for you to never even want to meet me. And unfortunately, I did see a lot where there were a lot of women online who are just online just to get attention, just because they want to talk to someone, just because they're not, they're bored or whatever it is. So I would filter that out with giving them if you don't want to meet me in the first week, okay, if something came up, if something happened, okay, fine.
Right. 2
weeks, okay, maybe. But if we're hitting that 3rd week and I'm no longer answering you anymore.
It's become a waste of time at this point. So
so the meetup is important.
And I know we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So if you're not comfortable meeting in person, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
Tech these days is so extreme. Like you FaceTime, Skype, Zoom,
there's a lot of people who do Zoom dates. I will say I've seen those.
It's a thing, especially since this pandemic has been going on.
Zoom dates are a thing. Which is good because you get to see the person, you get to see their
mannerisms, get a little bit more comfortable with them. So like you're in your own safe house, you're comfortable in your own little setting, and then you're still engaging in somebody face to face in a sense.
Love it.
And that's a quick little, if you do want to get out of it, I lost connection, call in.
No. Damn.
I've never done it, but I'm like, that would be a quick little, you just
smart.
Like just start saying a sentence and just hang up.
I don't know. Sorry, my internet went out.
I'll call you back once I get it fixed.
So bad, but good.
No, actually my advice, guys, for you, this happened to me personally. If you are dating, or if you are talking to someone online and you go on that first date and you're still talking about it afterwards and you're just not feeling it, that person put time into this. That person put efforts into going on a date with you. Yeah. If anything, they're human too. They deserve the gentle letdown.
True.
I did have one girl do that to me. This is the story that you were talking about, where I drove an hour to meet her. We went to dinner. Dinner was a little bit awkward. We didn't really talk about much. We have completely different palates taste-wise. Just was a little bit odd. So then we went back to her place. We watched a movie because I wanted to make my time worth it. Driving an hour out there. And we just sat like awkward high schoolers next to each other on the couch. Yeah, just kind of like shoulder. And like, it was just, I left. We didn't even hug. I didn't even attempt to kiss her or anything like that. Yeah, it was just not feeling it. Okay. And a couple days later, she actually texted me and said, hey, I felt like I should tell you this. I'm just not feeling how I feel like I should feel at this time.
Makes sense.
So I'm just going to go ahead and call it off.
Good for her.
Yeah, and like for me personally, I was not even mad in the slightest because honestly, I was feeling the same way. So I was like, hey, I really appreciate you telling me that and not just ghosting me. Because I did drive an hour to meet you and I drove an hour back home. Like I bought dinner. I picked out a movie. I did all of these things. I put time into it. and then you just stop replying, like that kind of hurts someone's feelings. They're humans too. So if you're not feeling it, just tell them you're not feeling it. There's nothing wrong with it.
I like that, guys. I like that. Whoever, if you're watching it, whoever she dated, good.
I'm like,
that's
and this
awesome.
was over a year ago, and I'm still thinking about it. Like that was really cool of you. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I know we weren't meant to date at all, but like, hey, thanks.
Unheard of.
Okay. I appreciate that. I've never had that happen to me in all the years.
So there's a good amount of tips right there, guys. So we got number one is make a really good online profile. Right. That's number one, big thing. Number two is make sure to set up a decent pickup line, or at least tailor it to. You can do it two ways. You can tailor it to the person you're interested in, or you can do it my way and just kind of copy paste it and
broad.
See like you're fishing. Just throw the net out there
with
a
huge
whole
broadcast
message
and then
to everybody. See how many fish you catch.
Yeah,
right?
Whatever your style is.
Whatever. So yeah, pickup line is important. Definitely keep the conversation going, keep them engaged, however you want to. Yeah, right. Schedule a meetup, and then I'd say the biggest tip, which I'm glad Lindsay came up to,
number 5,
is safety first, guys. So make sure someone knows where you are.
Yeah, if you're gonna go on this first date with someone from online, let your friend know. Hey, send them a picture of the person. This is what their profile looks like. This is the name. This is where we're going. This is the time we're meeting up. I'll text you when I get there, and I'll text you when I get back. It's a super easy thing that will take no more than 2 minutes to do, and it can save lives, guys. Yeah. Unfortunately, we live in a really crazy world with really crazy people. So it's always good to have your back, and then always good to have a friend's back as well.
True. Yeah. It's a quick text. Hey, I'm going on a date. I'll be in this location. Yeah. Please, if you don't hear from me by tomorrow, call the police.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
But no, most of us have a best friend, so just let your best friend know.
If you don't have your best friend, tell a mom, tell somebody in your life where you are going.
Because I will say that's a mistake that I've actually made personally. And when I think back about it, it was very stupid of me to do. But I was leaving a party, right? So I was feeling good, and just a random match wanted me to come over, right? I have no idea who this person is. I didn't tell anyone at the party where I was going, or why I was leaving. And then I met up with her. We just had a quick one-night stand, and I left. But I think back to myself. I was like, no one knew.
Absolutely
and I was an hour away. It took me an hour to get there. So there'd be, if God forbid something happened to me, it would have been a while before.
Yeah, anyone would have known even remotely where you were at.
Yeah, so safety first, guys. Wow. You don't want to do anything that's too dangerous. Online dating is very convenient, very useful. A lot of people meet the love of their life that way, but also lot of people get in danger.
Very dangerous situations that way too. So just mark your X's, cross your T's, dot your I's, to make sure you got all platforms covered there. But other than that, I think that sums up our online dating advice there. So
yeah, guys. So now it's time for some coming out stories. Whoop, whoop. Mine, I'm very proud because it was a good friend of mine. She's gonna stay anonymous, which is awesome.
Hey, our first anonymous submission. That's it. Yeah. So I told you guys, you can stay anonymous. Mm-hmm. We have people who will. So
yeah. And I will say this is someone that I met early on before Sam. Back in my single days, and she made a big impression on me because our first it was when I was bartending. She was a customer. Our first meet was very abrasive. She's a very honest person, which now I fully love and appreciate about her.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just completely anything that's in her mind is out her mouth.
That's amazing.
Love it.
Yeah, speak your mind.
Oh yes, yeah. Very inspirational. But all right, so this is her story, guys. All right. I knew I was gay when a girl kissed me at 19. I had fooled around a little bit with boys, but as soon as she kissed me, I knew I was screwed.
I have to pause you right there because that's exactly what happened to me, except I was
really?
18.
Hey!
That's exactly it right there.
Just as soon as you got the girl kiss, you're like, well, fuck.
Wow, that's it. Light bulb.
Understood. Yeah. Completely understood. The lightning that goes through your body, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I knew I was screwed. Being raised in a very strict Christian home, I knew the response me being gay would bring to my family. Instead, I threw myself into trying to be straight. Of course, it didn't work, and soon I found myself always dating women, but bringing home dudes to the family. My friends all knew I preferred women, but the idea of telling my family held me back for decades. Everyone loved to say, it won't be so bad, they love you. I knew it would be.
Oof, yeah.
In March of 2013, I was at dinner with my family, and my mom was furious I wouldn't let her on my Twitter account. I explained that I talked about things she wouldn't approve of, and with a snarl, she asked, what? She asked, what gay stuff?
Oof.
Yes, gay stuff.
Probably, yeah.
The entire family started to give me a hard time, and I just shut down, finished dinner, and went home upset. I spoke to my girlfriend, now wife, of a year and a half that night, and she asked me how long I would spend not chasing my joy, how long I'd spend living a life for someone else. Right? Right.
Yeah, that's a sentence right there.
Good job, girlfriend, or wife now.
Yeah.
The next day, my mother and I were talking, and she said that she was upset because she believed we had the same morality and our family didn't keep secrets. I tried to play it off. I didn't want to fight. She then said, Anonymous, I just don't want to find out years from now that you were a lesbian. I knew it was then or never. So I simply said, Mom, I've never been straight. She was furious. The yelling and cursing began as she told me I was destroying the family and ruining our family honor.
Oh, wow.
The conversation went from bad to worse when she told me I might as well fuck a dog if I'm going to be gay. Oh, blood's boiling right now, guys.
Like, my stomach flipped. What?
Imagine her girlfriend at the time too, because that's how I would take it. I was like,
you're calling me a dog.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're calling her girlfriend less than a dog.
That made me mad for you.
Holy cow.
Okay, calm down, Denise. Calm down.
We still got another paragraph.
All right. So I don't remember the end of the conversation. I do remember finding myself in the shower with all of my clothes on, crying into the water. Our relationship for the next 3 years was filled with hurtful words and anger. Our relationship for the next 3 years was filled with hurtful words and anger while I cried. It's been over 8 years now since I came out on April Fool's Day.
She should have came out by saying, hey guys, I'm straight.
I'm straight. April Fools!
Funny. Arm punch.
So good. I love that. April Fool. Okay. So yeah, it's been over 8 years now since I came out on April Fool's Day. My family didn't come to my wedding, and for years, my wife wasn't welcome in their home. Ooh.
That's awful.
Insane. Fast forward to today. My family can now see how happy, fast forward today. My family can see how happy, why am I saying happy? All right.
Because you need your glasses.
Right. Oh. Can't we zoom this in more? All right. Okay.
It's good.
Fast forward to today. My family can see how I'm the same person and how my wife has made me a better person. She's invited to every holiday, and my folks are upset when she can't come down.
Aww.
I believe in the power of forgiveness and patience, as I was able to keep my family and finally live my true life. I think you must give room for people to be angry, to give up their own dreams.
Wow.
It took me a long ass time to finally be brave enough and accepting enough of myself to say, I'm gay. While I wish it hadn't been so painful, I'm so proud to be out today and not be hiding anymore. Wow. I love you, woman. That was a good story.
Good. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banging the table.
Throw your arm down on the table.
Sorry, guys, if you're at home. But yeah, no, that's a good story.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that didn't have the best start to it, but
no.
I like how, I say all the time, like, you gotta learn to forgive, and patience is definitely a virtue. So the fact that she was able to have both of those qualities and apply that in something that was probably really hurtful.
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine how much.
No, the fact
your
that
family doesn't come to your wedding.
You honestly gave them time and a lot like you forgave them as well. Like that's so strong.
Extremely strong human being.
If my mother had said you might as well be fucking a dog, I don't know if I'd be able to talk to my mother after that. So the fact that you are is
especially
great.
Saying that about your now wife, right?
Yeah.
I hope that your families apologize to your wife as well.
Well, if they ever see this, they might. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
That's but I'm glad everything's working out now. So I think that was a good story to show, like, you know, even though it can be hell, literal hell, right at the beginning, that
guys, give it time.
He's never been happier now.
Yeah.
So
it's actually a theme that we keep saying is that, you know, it wasn't okay at first. But now they've accepted that they're happy to be out.
Everyone, like, especially parents, they have an idea and an image of what their child's life should look like. Yeah. So whether that even can be for a career, too. If you don't do the career that they have planned for you, that they're going to be upset for a while.
Yep. Yeah. Should be rocket scientist here.
No, I mean, you're an engineer, Denise. You're like us, maybe a step below.
Whatever. It
doesn't compare.
It's okay. No, I should be curing cancer.
To me, you're a rocket scientist.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too, bro.
All right. So that was our only submission, guys. So
yeah, we're still waiting on more stories, guys. But in the meantime, I have no problem with reading these really happy BuzzFeed articles.
I do.
So this is the some more stories from the same article that we read on our last website. And again, we will include this link down below in the description so that you guys can go and read these as well. I'm going to read 2, though, because I want to talk as long as Denise talked for. She had a long story. Okay. Yeah. I like to hear my voice. So this one is called I Came Out on Accident, ... And the author is Veer X Henniks. Apologize if I know I pronounced that wrong, so I apologize. So, I came out on accident during a conversation with my parents with the president. Wow, can you imagine if you came out to the president on accident?
No.
All right. I came out on accident during a conversation with my parents. They asked me whether there was anything I needed to tell them, because if so, I should just come to them and talk about it. I didn't think they expected me to immediately jump on it. Neither did I, to be honest. I just thought to myself, what if I just tell them I'm pansexual? Except it was out loud.
Oh.
Although they weren't prepared for it, they were incredibly supportive and still are. I am so incredibly happy that I came out of the closet. And it's still nice whether they asked about my It's still nice whenever they ask about my potential boy or girlfriend, accepting who I am and always will be.
Hey,
oh, that's cute.
God, I love supportive parents.
Coming out on accident.
Beautiful.
I don't think I've ever said something in my head.
Maybe I should just tell them I'm a lesbian. Yeah, see, I couldn't. No.
Wow.
That's good.
That would be wild. That was a good one. All right, this next one is called I Didn't Come Out as Bisexual Until I Was 32 years old, married with 2 kids.
Woo!
That's woof. M. Cross 1186 was this author. I had this fear that my husband wasn't supportive, that he'd leave me, and that I'd lose everything, my kids, my house, my life. It was a very heavy feeling. It was so stressful that when I sat on the couch trying to tell him, I couldn't take it anymore. I hid behind the couch and started crying. I finally got the words out, and he came around and sat down beside me amongst the dust bunnies. He told me that it was okay, he still loved me, and I was beautiful just the way I was. It reminded me of why I married him in the first place.
Oh, wow, that's good. Wow, that's rare.
That you, she wanted to come out to him and say, you know, I am bisexual, but I'm still with you. I'm not leaving you. I'm just coming out to you.
Yeah. No, that takes a man, because usually a lot of men,
they would just be like, so you're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, that's not what I said.
No. Yeah. Yeah. No, good job, hubby. You did well.
That's really cute. And it reminded me of why I married him in the first place.
Cute.
Aww.
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
Adorable. Obnoxious.
We're so gay. I love these love stories.
All right, guys. So that's the end of our episode. If you found any value, if you liked what you heard, if you want us to continue, please comment, like, subscribe.
All of that good stuff, guys.
Hit that subscribe button just right now. It really helps out our channel. The like button too. It really helps out our channel. So
we want to know that you guys like the content that we're posting. Mm-hmm. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you guys want to learn personally, like if you need some more tips about dating, how to hit on a girl, how to dress like you're gay, all these different things, like we're more than happy to provide this content for you guys, and we're looking forward to it. We really enjoy doing this. I know we've gotten a lot closer during this podcast, and I think it's helped my mental health personally, just being busy doing something.
Bro, you my workout partner. You are the thing keeping me, this podcast and my workout are the things keeping me centered at this moment. I love you.
Yeah, let's do it. We're in this. Hey, you got a shirt ring on.
Oh yeah. Apologies.
Wow.
Apologies, guys.
Yeah, wow. That's sharp.
Interesting. Yeah, that's apologies. Oh, and then I also have to give a shout out to our new studio.
Yeah, we totally forgot to mention that at the beginning there. But we did move back to your place now.
Yes.
And at my place, we had all of my girls' art up. So at this one, we decided to put her fiance's art up.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my Sam. She took all these photos. Her hobby is photography. She really likes it. She gets paid for it every once in a while too, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it brings her happiness. So I'm happy about it. I'm happy to show it off. And I believe soon we're also gonna get some of her.
We'll do a little collab of both of our girls' arts.
Hey guys, and if y'all ever want to send something in that you want displayed, I'm down.
Our goal is to decorate this entire wall with different art. So you guys got anything y'all want to submit to us, just go ahead and shoot us an email, and we'll be in contact then. Yeah.
And speaking of submitting us to us, please submit a story. So if you have a coming out story, if it's funny, if it's sad, if maybe it's ironic, maybe it was a surprise, whatever your coming out story is, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you're not happy to leave a comment, then please send us an email at borngaypodcast at gmail.com. Send us an email. We'll keep it anonymous. You don't have to be public about it. But
right.
Let us know, how did you come out?
For sure. We want to know, guys. But on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here.
Yeah, guys. So hope y'all have a good rest of your week.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm Denise.
And I'm Lindsay. And we're Born This Gay. We'll see y'all next time.